Hey everyone, Chris the Thrift Shop Hustler here, reseller on Steemit. Want to do a what sold on eBay today, where we're going to go through some of the items that were sold over the last, actually, I think these are all the last 48 hours, 24 hours. Once again, I'm Chris the Thrift Shop Hustler. Definitely go down there and click the subscribe button. We're doing a live show right now, so we're going to wait a couple minutes to get some people into the chat. We got a little bit of time before work, so I said, hey, why don't I do a what sold on eBay video? I know you guys definitely like that, so definitely click the like button if you enjoy these videos. That helps YouTube and the algorithm do its thing, and so I really appreciate all of our new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. We've had a lot of new subscribers over the last month, so I really appreciate all that support. I know how much work it takes to do a YouTube channel, and it's a lot of work. I mean, some of it's would be considered, a full-time job. So, huge shout out to all the YouTubers out there, all the resellers that are doing reselling and doing YouTube. It's incredibly difficult to swing a lot of things, especially if you're into merch by Amazon, Amazon FBA, retail arbitrage, and like all the different things we do to make some money. Hey, we got Geronimo, man. Good morning, brother. Love your videos as always, he says. I know Geronimo from Steemit. He is doing amazing work there. I haven't been doing much Steemit stuff lately. It's just been kind of super busy. And like I said, just doing YouTube alone is pretty much almost a full-time job in itself. So I really appreciate Geronimo being here for sure, and all the stuff he's doing, daily vlogs over there on Steemit. The price is down a little bit right now this year with cryptocurrencies, and some of you who have known me for a long time have known I've been into cryptocurrencies for forever, pretty much since Bitcoin started. And so I'm very optimistic for the future of Bitcoin and all the cryptocurrencies. Right now we're in a huge bear market, probably the longest bear market we've seen in quite some time, since the 2013 bear market. But I'm very optimistic, and I really believe in the technology. But anyways, let's get right into what sold on eBay. If you guys have any questions, comments, please leave them in the live chat, or if you're watching this on the back end, definitely leave a comment below. And like I said, definitely click the like button. That lets others know that I'm alive and you're here and we're all going to learn together. Because my saying is, the more you learn, the more you earn, for sure. So let's get right into it. Let's start learning. First up, we have this Harley Davidson's leather chain small dog collar. I didn't even know Harley Davidson made all kinds of pet accessories like this until I did some research. This was a very cool piece, new with tags. It was a really cool thing because I saw some of the other Harley Davidson dog collars were pretty much all leather, with some of them had studs and stuff like that. It was rare to actually find the metal choker kind of ones that are like mostly metal with a little bit of leather on the end here. And so I put this for $49.99, and this sold on our weekend sale. And by the way, we have a weekend sale. I usually do a weekend sale every weekend, and so definitely go down there. The link is not there right now, but I'll put it on the back end for the American Cancer Society eBay shop that I help run. And so everything goes to cancer research, which is amazing charity for sure. But anyways, back to this item here. Don't pass up Harley Davidson stuff if you see them at thrift stores and garage sales, especially new with tags items. Like I said, I put a high price on this for $50 because I didn't think I didn't see too many of these. As a matter of fact, I don't remember even seeing any of these when I did my research. So it was pretty cool to get $42.49 with this, plus $5.99 shipping. We want to give a huge shout out to the chat room. We got Rhonda, Steam Monster Girl, Isabel G. We got Steam people here. That's great. Like, it's kind of funny. Like, the YouTube community usually never shows up, but I can always depend on the Steemit community to come and show some love. So that is super funny. Though I love you guys. That's great. Steemit, I'm telling you, it hasn't had its watershed moment yet, and it's going to at some point. And we're going to be all along for the ride. Next up is this Disneyland Parks Jedi training. For those that have been to Disneyland or Walt Disney World over the last 15 years. They have a kind of like a show that happens every couple hours where it's like a Jedi Academy where they do kind of like a skit with people that are dressed up as Jedis, and Darth Vader usually shows up, and Boba Fett and Darth Maul sometimes. Well, anyways, they sell these kind of items into the shop. It's called a Jedi Training Academy. It's pretty much a robe. This came in and I snagged it. I knew I wasn't going to get a super amount of money for these, but this one happened to be a youth large. As a matter of fact, I put it on and it fit me, and I should have actually put a photo of me wearing this in the auction. That would have actually really been funny. But I think we took a best offer for 20 something for this, and shipped in a medium priority box. I could have squeezed it into a bubble mailer, but I'm not a big fan of squeezing different things, also different clothing items into a flat rate bubble mailer. And so if it's a shirt or something like that, something small, I usually will put it in a flat rate bubble, and I think it's $7.50 now. The price went up to ship something in the flat rate bubble mailer. But anyways, my main point is Disneyland items sell very well. Disney World items sell very well. Looking at my titles here, I probably should have put Disney World or WDW in here, and that was probably some of the good keywords. Another pro tip for eBay is definitely use all your characters you can in your title and put relevant keywords. Now, I don't think for the most part descripting words like brown or the size or stuff like that, you can put it in the drop down menu in the item descriptions, and that people should be able to search with that. So there's kind of like tips and tricks to do with title, but to me, the trifecta of a perfect eBay auction is having proper title, proper photos. As you see here, this isn't like, to be honest, this isn't the greatest photo because it was a crazy robe. Usually, you know, we do sweaters and t-shirts and stuff like that, so the mannequin works fine. As you can see here, it's better than just laying it flat on a table. And as you can see, there's a white background. Google indexes white backgrounds. This isn't perfectly white. As a matter of fact, like I said, this isn't the perfect photo, my ideal photo, but it was something quick to put up. We weren't making a ton of money on this, so it was one of those things where just to get it up into photographic, but at least have some of the things to do that. So Isabel G's asking, I was on vacation for 17 days in beautiful Mexico. Oh, awesome. I've been back for about a week and can't seem to get my sales back up. Any advice? I guess my personal advice would be just to put some more items up. Go through your older items, stuff that hasn't sold, stuff that's been up for more than a month. Maybe change the titles a little bit, and then save it back out and see if that helps. Also, maybe ending your items. Some of your longer items, just end it, restructure the titles, change it around. You have to change something. Maybe like move some photos around in the positioning queue and relist it. So don't do relist, just do sell similar, and do all those little things and see what happens. But definitely put some new items up, maybe 5 items, and then also go back and restructure some of your older items, and that should jumpstart the algorithm a little bit. I have a video coming out, and I'm not going to say what it is because I swear when I say stuff that I'm going to do something, I always see other YouTubers and other people do it like the day after. So I don't know if like it's smart to say, you know, the different things that I'm doing. But I'll have a video coming out in the next few days about increasing your eBay sales. And it should be a really good one. And I'm going to give a huge shout out to another YouTuber because I believe in giving shout outs because, like I said, there's a lot of people that I don't want to be rude, but maybe they're inspired by other YouTubers. And I definitely love giving shout outs for that. Omni O says, do you have a thermal printer or laser printer? I have a Dymo labeler for my shipping stuff. I had a Dymo labeler for over 15 years. I've had a Dymo labeler ever since Dymo came out. Back in the day, you had to manually put in your addresses and stuff like that. Now it's such an easy task to just print it out. I know that I think you can. I haven't done shipping through eBay in such a long time. I use ShipStation, and huge shout out to Jeff, who's part of the Merch Talk. Jeff suggested God, what is it called? ShipStation a long time ago, and I totally never like thought about it. I was like, oh, it's just another thing, because I used stamps.com for years, but ShipStation actually, I think stamps.com turned back into ShipStation, or turned into ShipStation, and I was like, oh, I gotta go do another thing. But ShipStation is probably one of the most amazing shipping programs to have, and it does cost money. I want to say it's like $24.99 a month, and I apologize for not knowing the exact money amount, but stamps.com was about $15.99 a month, and so it's just like some extra more money, but all the stuff that it does is quite amazing. It saves me a bunch of time. It imports all your sales and stuff like that, and I don't know if they got an affiliate program, but I've been kind of what do you call it, talking really well about them over the last couple of days. Well, anyways, next item, we got these Nike Air Force Ones. We were visiting a shop the other day in Long Beach, and by the way, there's lots of discovery shops in California, so definitely go to Google and search for American Cancer Society discovery shops. We found these in the shop. They were I think they were selling these for like $40 in shop, and we thought, like, why don't we put a couple of these pairs on eBay and see what happens. We did take a best offer for $60 plus $19.99 shipping. These had to ship in a large flat rate box. And if you guys have any pro tips on how to ship shoes cheaper, these were size 12, so they were kind of large. Definitely leave it in the comments below. I'm very interested in knowing if there's an easier way or cheaper way to ship shoes. I know that USPS makes shoe sized boxes and you have to order them. They don't put those out like the medium and the flat rate large boxes in the stores. So leave a comment below if you know a video or a best way to ship shoes. Now, I don't want to put them in a poly bag. I'm just totally against doing that kind of stuff. So if your answer is a poly bag, forget it. I don't want to ship shoes in a poly bag. I want to respect the customer. I think shipping to me is one of the most important things for the whole business. And you can see in our feedback, in my personal feedback, in my other eBay store, that, you know, I take a lot of pride in shipping, and I think everyone should if you want to have a successful eBay business. But anyways, I learned a lot about this kind of stuff with just this pair of shoes, and I learned that this style, this kind of pattern, this gray and white and black pattern is called an Oreo pattern. And I don't know who came up with that, or if it's actually a Nike term that they call this material Oreo, like Oreo cookies. But it was something I learned from these pair of shoes, and I saw Glenn Hustler Hacks talking about some Ross shoes yesterday on Instagram, and huge shout out to him. He's doing amazing work. He said Oreo too, so I guess this is a style for that. Geronimo Rubio says ShipStation does have an affiliate program. Just look it up. That is always the first thing I look when every service I use. Okay, cool. Yeah, because maybe I'll do something with them in the future. But ShipStation is an amazing program, and I highly suggest anyone that does e-commerce and does that stuff for sure. We got Madivo brand. I hope I'm saying that right. He says, "What's up?" I think it's MacDavo brand. If I'm saying that right, MacDavo, let me know in the comments below. I really appreciate you being here. If you guys have any questions while I'm here, definitely leave them in the comments in the live chat. We'll try to get to them. But anyways, this was a good sell. We took a best offer for $60. It was shipped in a large mailer, a large box, flat rate box, I should say. Next up, we have this Con USA Director Shooting Stars trumpet. We get in musical instruments from time to time. As a matter of fact, I think like every year we get in some high-end trumpets and stuff like that. We've sold trumpets as high as $300 or $400 or $500, especially ones that are like, I don't know if they were called if they're limited edition, but they were definitely very special ones. This one was actually missing the mouthpiece, and I took photos with the Pentax camera on this one, and you can see some of the close-up photos are really cool, really well done with the Pentax camera. So I highly suggest switching between your iPhone and finding a DSLR. The DSLR doesn't work for certain things. Like for me, it's probably the lens, like micro lens. I usually use my iPhone to do like jewelry and stuff like that. But anyways, this was missing the mouthpiece. Always look out for these kind of things if you're at yard sales or in estate sales, especially if it's a well-made trumpet. Some of them go for hundreds of dollars. Some of them, the mouthpieces, which this one was missing, and it was also stated in the auction, some of those are pure silver. So look out for those. Those alone can go for like $60 or $70, just the mouthpieces if they're in good condition. So definitely look out for musical instruments. We took a best offer for 50 something on this. I literally got a best offer 5 minutes after listing this, and I took it, and it shipped UPS because it was very bulky. So if you have bigger, bulkier items, I highly suggest using UPS. MacDevio says, I'm a drop shipper on eBay. I heard some months ago are better than others for selling. Is that true? I don't like drop shipping. I've never been a fan of drop shipping. To me, it's not part of my business model at all. Drop shipping, to me, there's so many things that can go wrong in drop shipping, and to be honest, I like to have as much control as possible. And sure, you know, there's lots of people that have become millionaires with drop shipping, but it's not for me. I don't like dealing with the headache. I don't like dealing with the possibility of having a third party involved in my eBay business. And so it's just one of those things where it's my personal opinion, and I wouldn't suggest anyone that's new to eBay to get into drop shipping unless you've had some previous experience. So, you know, if you're doing good with drop shipping, that's good for you. What works for me doesn't work for everyone else, and what works for everyone else doesn't work for me. Everyone has their own journey, and I'm not going to sit here and say that drop shipping's a bad thing, because like I said, there's millionaires that have been made doing drop shipping. It's just not for me. I'm not a fan of drop shipping personally. It has nothing to do against anyone that does drop shipping. More power to anyone that does drop shipping. Next up, we have this Andre Ethier bobblehead. I took a best offer for $10 just to get this out. We had a lot of bobbleheads that came in, maybe like 8 or 12 of them. And we're local, right side of Los Angeles, so we get Lakers. We get a lot of Los Angeles stuff in from time to time. When I looked through some of these bobbleheads, some of them were signed, and those ones we sold actually last week. A customer came and picked them up. And by the way, if you're in the Los Angeles area, check out our shop. Anything you buy, you can come pick it up for free. You don't have to pay for shipping. We have lots of items in our store. We have over 300 items, and money goes to cancer research, so it's also, you're helping a good cause by purchasing items through us. But anyways, bobbleheads, let me just give you some pro tips on bobbleheads. Bobbleheads are seasonal usually. Baseball season's not. Baseball season's coming up, so we're going to see in April more sales for stuff like this, jerseys and baseball memorabilia. Right now we're kind of in a low point, but definitely look out for bobbleheads in your thrift stores, estate sales. They're made out of resin, and some of them are, the earlier ones are made out of plaster. So just remember that they break. They don't break very easily, but they do tend to break from time to time. So if you're gonna buy a bobblehead for a high price, definitely open it up. It usually comes in a foam container. I'm not sure if I actually showed a photo of that. Yes, I did. They come in these foam containers, and sometimes there's a bat like this piece that screws into the thing here. Before, back in the day, they would just like make the whole piece one piece, and the bats would break. So you could tell it's a newer bobblehead when, you know, the pieces are kind of separated because they've kind of got smart over the years. Now, they're not super high quality because these things are usually given out at ball games. They usually create like 10,000, 15,000 of them. And so they're not like the highest quality paint jobs and stuff like that. So just remember, if you see one of these, they're not going to be amazing quality statues. But one of the pro tips is definitely look out for breakage. Look out for, some of them are signed. Some of them are very rare. And I found some higher end bobbleheads at the thrift stores for like $5, and I've sold them on eBay for $60 or $80. I think I had some last year that I got at actually a Discovery shop before I was hired there, and I bought a bunch of them, and there were some really rare football ones, and they ended up selling for between $40 and $80 each. Thelma Thrift is in the house. She says, "Hi Chris, glad to hear you're doing well selling what people want. All the best to you." Thank you very much, Thelma. I really appreciate your support. You've been watching the show for a while, so I definitely appreciate all your support. and I really appreciate everyone's support for watching the videos and learning with me. Everything's a learning experience, even me. I've been into eBay since 1995, since it was a little blog site. I wish I saved screenshots of eBay like when it first came out. It was like this weird blog site that had like science stuff. It was so weird. It was so weird. And it wasn't even called eBay. It was called, I forget what it was called. It was called like, I don't even remember what it was called. It wasn't even called eBay. eBay didn't change its name till like 1996 or 1997. But anyways, Geronimo Rubio says, my brother and I are just starting an eBay business. Do you have any specific websites or places we should go look for products? We are starting today. Wow, you're starting today. Auction Web. Thank you, Rhonda. So you're starting it today. I would go to garage sales. Go to garage sales. I think you're in California. We have tons of garage sales every weekend, and the weather's nice. So huge shout out to everyone that lives in California. We have it made compared to anyone else that lives in any part of the country. Our garage sales are literally 365. I've seen garage sales in the rain, so we're blessed with that. So Geronimo, my pro tip is to go to garage sales, go look for stuff that you know. If you know about car parts, go look for car parts. If you know about video games, go look for video games, and just learn about different things, because look for brand new items. You can use scanners and stuff like that. If you download the eBay app, you can use their search tool to scan barcodes if something's sealed, and you can see if it's going for good money. And so that is my pro tip for you, is to go check out thrift stores also in your area. Since we're in California, we have plenty of all kinds of things to go and source. I wouldn't suggest retail arbitrage. I wouldn't suggest buying stuff online and flipping it. If you're just starting out, I would go to thrift stores and garage sales, because you can get stuff pretty cheap, and you know the cost of entry for someone that's new is very low by going to garage sales and thrift stores. So that is my tip to you. Let's get into the next item. We're kind of running a little late here. Mickey Mouse vintage child's watch. This was something we sold for $44. This wasn't one of my photos, obviously. This was another photo from another employee. This probably okay, so let me back up. This thing is probably worth $200, to be honest. So whoever bid on this actually got a great deal. So if you're looking for some online arbitrage opportunities, come check out our site. See what we have like this. I probably would have bought this for sure for $44. If someone bought this and then took better photos and did another listing, I think it probably could have went for like $80 to $100. So this is what I'm saying is, my point is, there's lots of great deals on in our shop. So definitely go and look. We have stuff that's on bid starting at 99 cents, and all the proceeds go to cancer research. So whoever bought this, good on you. This is an amazing collectible. Disney watches, especially older ones, go for a pretty good amount of money. Do your research, because they've created Disney watches in the millions. So there's some of them that are pretty much, I don't want to say worthless, but there's a lot more stuff that's lower end Disney watches than there are higher end. So it's just one of those things where you're going to have to definitely check that out. But whoever bought this is a great deal. Good for you. This is awesome. Next up, we have this Fantasia 2000. This was I was checking out some DVDs. We came in and looking some of this one wasn't sealed, but it had the DVD seal on the top. And if those that know about DVDs know what I'm talking about. I was surprised that this actually this Blu-ray was going for a lot, because usually Blu-rays don't go for a lot of money because they're mass produced, and places like Target and Walmart discount the heck out of them. You can find so many for like $5. But I was very surprised to find this one selling for the $60 range, around that area, ones that were sealed with the cellophane. This one didn't have the cellophane. This one barely, just had the DVD sticker on top. To me, it didn't look like it was used in any way, so we marked this as brand new. I took a best offer for $44, so this was a very nice sale on stuff. We get in DVDs and movies like every day. So the things that we get in every day, tons of clothes, tons of DVDs, tons of glassware, and so this was a nice find. Next up, we have this Lily Pulitzer zip up pull over size M. This was an older listing. As you can see here, it's got the hanger and the black background. We've had this up for maybe over a year, so this was nice to sell. This sold for $39.99. And we sell a lot of high-end clothing for pretty good price, so definitely check out our shop. Next up, we have the Bodega Glasses. We get in eyeglasses or sunglasses pretty much every week. 99% of the time they're junk, but I pulled this one to the side because I thought it was, something hip that, someone will want. And we put this on bid. We got $9.99 plus $9.99 shipping. And, of course, when we get used glasses, they usually have little scratches and stuff like that. So definitely look out for that. Anyways, this is Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. Definitely click the like button below. And I really appreciate everyone that came to the chat room and we're typing in chat. I really appreciate it. Geronimo Rubio and everyone here, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it and wish you the best week possible. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and we'll see you next time. Take care.